Social interaction is a key component to any employment experience. Employers often place an emphasis on finding employees who can effectively communicate with supervisors, co-workers, and customers.
I think that we have to be careful to assign or not to assign our social values as far as how often or frequently we want to socialize with other people. So I think that if we understand that socialization for individuals on the spectrum is difficult, then we don't want a constant subjecting to them to these social demands, especially if they're needing to focus on tasks or other duties.
The people that are the co-workers or the people that are going to work with him need to understand that probably he's not going to chat with them. He's not going to be somebody that's going to talk to them about the big game over the weekend or any of the activities that he did. So kind of respecting that. He doesn't really talk a lot, and he can talk, but it's challenging for him. So if somebody expects a lot of verbal interaction from him, then that's very difficult. And so he needs someone that kind of gives him his, maybe what you'd call verbal space, that doesn't require a lot of verbal communication. On the other hand, he doesn't mind being around you talking. He doesn't mind other people talking. He just doesn't want to have to talk himself a whole lot.
I think the challenges center around putting together the team, and you run into challenges anytime that you have a diverse workforce. Getting them all to work well together and to accomplish the goal is the biggest challenge, and every team is a little bit different. So you have to look at each team and try to ensure that you've got the right people in the right position and that the team can function.
It gave them a chance to work in team environments they don't normally get to work with, and they actually rose to the occasion often. And it was even somewhat surprising, I think, to the J&J team at first to see how well they excelled at it.
As an employer, your employees with autism can benefit from planned conversations in which the unwritten social rules of work are made concrete. When discussing these topics, be as specific as possible.
The success of social interaction shouldn't be left to the individual with a social deficit, so that we really have to create a village, so to speak. So I find that people are much more understanding if they just understand where that person's coming from. So maybe having some discussions with the coworkers just to understand that, if John works really hard and he socializes and he sits off over there, it's not that he's rude or that he doesn't want to socialize, but he might need some time to sort of regroup. Just having that understanding gives them a whole different perspective than thinking that John is somehow unfriendly.
Always communicate. Just having conversations with them to let them know that this is what you're here for, and make sure you do X, Y, Z, so that you let them know that there is a system, there is a way in which they should do certain tasks, and just following up with them constantly.
Direct communication with specific examples is the key to assisting your employees with autism and adjusting to a new work culture.